Coming up on this episode of Nintendo Cartridge Society, Goomba, hot or not? It's dangerous to go alone, so the Nintendo Cartridge Society goes with you. Welcome to Nintendo Cartridge Society. My name is Patrick Ellers. I am joined, as I am always joined, by my co-host, Mark Mitchell. Mark, how's it going?
It's going great. Patrick, can I ask you a question real fast?
You have to.
Do you own more white socks or black socks?
I do not own that many black socks, and all of my athletic socks are white, so it got to be white. What about you?
Yeah, I used to own a ton of white socks, but now I'm finding that I wear black socks more often, but I own precious few of them. They're like a resource. They're like unobtainium.
Oh, interesting. I think I have one. They're unobtainium in that you are unable to obtain them, or in that you are fighting a war for them on the planet of Pandora.
I still a lot
against
of my
the
husbands.
Navi. Yeah, I'd have my black socks now are not like dress socks. I've got like a pair of black socks that have like some tiki heads on them, and another pair of black socks that have like pirate skulls on them.
But they're like crew socks. They're like taller.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are
So they're
you-
not like really they're going to wear with tennis shoes.
Well,
you could.
I could. It would be a look. No, most of what I'm wearing sock-wise right now are these like ankle socks that
Sure,
I got
itty
from-
bitty socks.
itty bitty socks
Mhm.
that are of like nice like color and like kind of heather gray like patterns that I got at Muji. They're Japanese socks. I like them quite a bit.
It's
Yes.
funny you made a Avatar joke.
Why
Because
is
that's
that?
a James Cameron film.
Uh-huh.
And yesterday, Wednesday, was the 21st anniversary of the release of Titanic. And also,
Uh-huh.
I was on an episode of Teen Creeps
Perfect.
that came out yesterday on the anniversary of the 21st year of Titanic being released.
Uh-huh.
So we read Titanic: The Long Night.
Now, this book has nothing to do with the movie Titanic.
Well,
I mean, they're both about the
they're
boat.
both about the Titanic. Somebody definitely saw the movie Titanic and was like, I can make a book about this.
The book was written after the movie.
It was released after the movie. So
I see.
Presumably, because the plot is very similar. But you should definitely check out that episode.
Yes, we love Teen Creeps. Hosted by Kelly Nugent, who has been on the show, and Lindsay Kaitai, and they're both very good and very funny. And Mark was on it. So what more do you need? Here are some other things that you can do. You can borrow my copy of Sonic Forces. This is an easy one. Not quite as easy as just listening to Mark's episode of Teen Creeps. But all you gotta do is email us, Nintendo Cartridge Society
At gmail.com.
With your address, and I send my copy of Sonic Forces to you. It's a Switch game. You have to play it on your Nintendo Switch, or not. It could sit in your house for a little while, and then you send it back.
Like a Netflix DVD.
Yes, like so many Netflix DVDs.
You're like, I'm in the mood to see Sawdust and Tinsel right now, and then you get it and you're like, oh, wait, I don't want to be depressed.
What is this? Is usually the reaction. Here, Mark, what's another thing we can do with that email address?
You should mail us your pick for the Super Smash Brothers, the series featured in Super Smash Brothers that has given us the best contribution to that
The
series.
greatest contribution. It means both in size and in quality and quantity. We want to know, do you think Zelda earns a space as like one of the top contributors to Smash Brothers because we got 3 different Links as playable characters? Maybe.
What about Kirby? There's a lot of Kirby characters,
Right?
couple of Kirby stages. Kirby was developed by Sakurai.
Yeah, Masahiro Sakurai's fingerprints are all over this game because it is, as far as I can tell, his flesh and blood. So the game has his fingerprints, is what I'm saying.
So you gotta let us know what you think is
Right.
the series that's giving the most important contribution
And look,
to Smash Brothers.
build an argument, for crying out loud. Tell us, and if you want to be like, hey, and by the way, just don't just don't count.
Oh, yeah,
characters.
as always, if you want to write in just to knock another series down, please do.
Right. That's right. Build up and knock down. That is what we are all about on the show. Mark, I think it is just about time that we pivot over to our main topic, which is, of course, we are breaking the Mario characters into tiers with our good friend, Jen Kleinrock. We do a pretty good job of explaining it, so I will let us just dig into it. We are joined today by comedian and my co-host on the My Name is Weezer podcast, Jen Kleinrock.
That's me.
That's you, Jen.
Jen, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
We have a little bit of a doings ahead of us, a
Oh, yeah?
task. Yeah. Well, so we have gathered together all of the Mario characters. And when I say all of the Mario characters, I mean some of the Mario characters.
A good portion. We have a kitchen table full of Mario characters before us.
If
Right.
we had any more Mario characters, we'd have to get another placemat.
Right. There are 36 of them. And there are some groups in here. Okay. And the criteria for the Mario characters that we are here to like kind of discuss and rank is that they had to be either playable on a game that appears on the Nintendo Switch, or I guess there are two exceptions. One is the Brutals, which we're including as one big bunch. They're the sort of like antagonists from Super Mario Odyssey, and Pauline, who is also a character featured heavily in Odyssey, but everyone else is playable in some game on Switch,
Wow.
or soon will be in the case of Nabbit. He's going to be in the Super Mario, new Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe.
So here's what we're
Yeah,
going to be
yeah.
doing. Is just like celebrities, if you want to get into the hottest parties, you want to get onto the best magazine covers, you have
Well,
to be an A-list.
You got to be an A-list.
You got to be an A-list.
Gotta.
But you know, there's still the B-list celebrities,
Right?
the C-list, the dare we say D-list celebrities.
Kathy Griffin.
Oh.
Right? That was her whole thing.
Her life on the
Self-pro-
D-list.
Self-proclaimed, but she's not, right? Like
no,
she's
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 like
a solid
B-list.
B.
She's
She's
hard-
a
she's
solid
hard
B.
She's a
now.
solid B.
Right.
yeah.
So the task we've set for ourselves, and we've invited Jen here to help us wrangle this, is to put these Mario characters into tiers.
Now, I'm not as big of an expert in the Mario universe as either one of these gentlemen on either side of me, but I'm real good at hot or not.
Jen's real good at hot or not. It is also worth pointing out that she is correct in painting the stage picture. We are sandwiching Jen on either side of her.
They're on either side of me. The Mario battalion is directly ahead of me.
Right. Do you feel intimidated by them at all right now, or?
Honestly, a little bit. That's a lot of energy coming this direction.
It is a lot of pretty cheery energy.
Yeah, mostly cheery, a little menacing at times.
There's some menace in there.
Tell me Nabbit's face isn't menacing.
Well, Nabbit is like wearing, that's like a handkerchief, and that face is drawn on there. So
the
I'm-
mouth is, yeah.
Oh, the
Mouth
mouth.
is, yeah.
Yeah. So who knows what his teeth actually look like?
Right.
Maybe
Or
he
even-
doesn't have teeth.
maybe-
Maybe he doesn't have a mouth.
I'm not even convinced that those eyes or those ears are real either. 'cause
Well, I
he's
don't think-
wearing like a purple
Oh
thing.
no, for sure. It's like a hood, but only the mouth is drawn. The other one,
Yeah.
it appears to be like sewn on.
What, he's
The-
got, like the googly eyes?
Yeah, the googly eyes.
Anyway, he's menacing but cute.
Yes. Jen, what is your experience with Mario and Mario characters?
My experience with Mario and Mario characters is when I had a Game Boy Color in in middle school, probably. I had Super Mario Brothers Deluxe,
yeah.
and I was very good at it. And then I had a couple other Mario games, and then I was really killer at Mario Kart on the original Wii.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes I play Mario Party on your Switch.
Yes, and one of your go-to characters is featured among the characters that we're going to rank here.
Yeah, it's Monty Mole.
It's Monty Mole. Jen's got a soft spot.
He's
Earhart
just real
for Monty
cute.
Mole. Here's the thing. We've got obviously all of these images that we're using for them are still images. None of these are Harry Potter-like creations where
Ugh.
the pictures are moving. I'm
Patrick.
sorry. But Monty Mole's cuteness, I don't think really translates to a still image of him.
You gotta see him bouncing around a
You
little.
got to see him bouncing around, kind of patting his tummy, because he's a cutie.
Yeah, he is.
So how do you guys want to approach this?
I feel like we can start with the low-hanging fruit, which is
The obvious A-listers.
yes.
Okay, so Oh, well, should we also go through and just sort of list who all we have on the board here?
Yeah, I don't. Yes, so everybody who's playing at home can play
Right.
along,
Can-
can-
set up their own.
Do we take this in sections, or is one person going to do all of it?
So why don't I start with the upper left-hand side?
Okay, great.
We're talking Bowser Jr., Bowser, King Boo, Boo, the Brutals, the Koopa Kids, Chain Chomp, Hammer Bro, Nabbit, Toadette, Lakitu, Koopa Paratroopa, and Blooper.
Right, and then I'll take this little segment here. We've got a Toad, just a regular old Toad, Cappy, Koopa Troopa, not Paratroopa, Princess Peach, Princess Daisy, Pauline, Diddy Kong, Shy Guy, Captain Toad, Wario, Pom Pom, Waluigi, and Dry Bones.
And in this front section here, we have Rosalina, Mario, Petey Piranha, Donkey Kong, Birdo, Luigi, Spike, Goomba, Monty Mole, and Yoshi.
Perfect. So now the easy job of let's decide who the obvious A-listers are.
Okay, point of order.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Diddy Kong and Donkey Kong.
So
Let's get those guys out of here.
Okay, you think they're too spin-offy?
I think they belong in the Donkey Kong series.
Ooh.
So I agree 100% on Diddy. Amazingly, he does appear in 3 of the games that we are like counting as part of our thing.
Well, I played him on Mario Kart on the original Wii, as I said.
Yeah, and he's in Mario Party and he's in Smash, but I agree, let's take him out of here.
I'm down with that.
Donkey Kong,
Donkey Kong, I feel like, stays. He's in so many things.
But I don't think he's a Mario character. I think he's a Donkey Kong character,
right?
and he appears in some Mario franchises because he's Mario adjacent.
Because Mario first appeared in, like, Mario is maybe a Donkey Kong character.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Exactly.
All right, so let's take him out just to avoid
Okay.
confusion.
That's fine.
Now, this brings up the maybe other uncomfortable truth. Yoshi. Is Yoshi part of the Yoshi series, or do we count him as a member of the Mario?
Can we please keep him?
Jen, we can keep him.
I really like
okay.
Yoshi.
Okay, we
He's
can
on my
keep him.
A-list.
I think we have to keep Yoshi because even if he does have his own spin-off series, he is like a fundamental part of like the Mount Rushmore of Mario.
Yeah.
Sure.
He'd be a face.
Well, that'll be the last thing we determine is who is on our Mount Mario more.
I'm calling it now.
Mario, Luigi, 2 other characters. So speaking of Mario,
We're going to go ahead and put them on the A-list.
Mario and Luigi obviously go on the A list.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
You know, they're in everything and it's obvious. Who else do we think is an obvious A-list Mario
Princess
character?
Peach.
Princess Peach,
Mhm.
I think yes. I think Toad for sure. If you're
Yeah.
playable in Super Mario Brothers 2,
Yeah, you think that's an obvious shortcut to
think
the A list?
so.
Bowser.
Mm-hmm.
Bowser. We're saying Yoshi.
Yes.
Jen says yes to Yoshi.
Very passionate about Yoshi.
And
So I sort of
I
feel like that's where the
think that's
A-list
it.
stops.
The easy A list for sure.
The easy
The
A-list.
Is this like Emma Stone?
Right, Emma Stone is
easy?
also in
Yeah.
there.
Great.
Of course. Emma Stone and Mr. T. They're all on the easy A-list.
Yeah. I
Uh,
feel very good about this.
Typical Emma Stone being in a group with a bunch of Japanese characters, right?
That's right.
Not wrong.
So now we've got to decide. Well, we've got a lot of things to decide, and I'm not really sure where we move next. We can go with like obvious C-list characters.
I feel like obvious B-list is going to be easier.
Okay, so Jen, what's your gut instinct talking B list?
Daisy, Waluigi, Wario.
Well, I want to bring up a question there. Do we rank Waluigi and Wario together?
No, because I think Wario is potentially an easy B list character. Waluigi, like
Not so much.
C list. He
He-
doesn't have his own series. He's
Right.
basically a shadow of Wario. The only reason he exists is
is
so
because
that way he has
Luigi is
a-
Mario's brother.
yeah, exactly.
Right. It's because
fair.
Wario needs a doubles partner
Uh-huh.
in tennis. That's why Waluigi is there.
Okay.
So I will agree though that Wario goes obvious B list, as does Daisy. I personally put Rosalina on obvious B list. But she, actually, I don't know.
I don't think I agree with that.
Okay, tell me
'Cause
why.
I was only introduced to Rosalina like months ago
Right.
as a character.
She is a much newer character.
Right. I don't think she's earned B-list status yet.
She
is beloved.
She is beloved.
Like, and
And-
she's been around for like 10 years at this point.
Yeah, that's true. This is also where hotness comes into play.
Look, she's smoking.
She's a-
and
she-
she knows
she's a
it.
smoking
I
babe.
kind of feel like she's too hot for for the Mario universe. You know what I mean? Like Peach is cartoony, but Rosalina is like too real. You know, like she's just too. She's so. Maybe I have a personal. Maybe I have a personal problem
Okay,
with Rosalina.
Maybe she scares you.
Maybe she scares me.
Because the one who I think it has human proportions
Yeah.
Pauline.
is Pauline.
Yes.
Like
That's fair.
Rosalina to me is still a little bit like Precious Moments.
She looks like
She is, yeah.
Elsa meets Precious Moments.
She does look like like a Precious Moments version of Elsa.
Whoa.
Yeah, no, I think we cracked the code on
Yeah.
that one. Okay, well then maybe not obvious B, maybe just like I think I put her in B. If for no other reason than, we were saying that everyone who is playable in Super Mario Brothers 2 is an obvious A. She is playable in Super Mario 3D World, which is sort of like a spiritual successor to Super Mario Brothers 2, because it's only those 4 characters
So
But
plus
she's
Rosalina.
she's like unlockable. She doesn't.
Right. She's
She's
not,
not on
playable
the-
from the jump.
So I feel like we need you to be a tiebreaker here. Patrick is very passionate that she's an obvious B list. I have a problem with Precious Moments Elsa.
Well, we can also come back to her too. Like
Okay.
we're only determining obvious.
Why are
things
you
then.
letting Mark get out of this position that he's in?
Well, I know that the burden will eventually fall on me,
Mhm.
but
So
this
you
gives
want
me
more
a
time
little-
to think?
Yes, exactly. This gives me a little bit of time
I like to,
to
see
be
him
the
sweat.
complete arbiter of truth. So, we've been going for a lot of the face characters
Yeah.
as our immediate go-tos, but like Goombas
Yeah, and dry
and
bones, I would
like
say.
dry
And
bones
Shy
or like
Guy.
Koopa Troopas, like these are enemies. So yeah, they're not A-list.
Right, you
but
can't play all of them,
you-
but
But-
Well, not. I mean, all of these, like the Koopa Troopa, Shy Guy, Goomba, these are characters that are playable in Party
Right.
or Mario Tennis Aces.
They persist, is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Right? Like they have been there pretty much from the beginning,
Right.
and they are instantly recognizable parts of the Mario universe.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so I think that qualifies a lot of them for B tier.
yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, but I think that only applies to those that we like immediately say yes to that status, right?
Which I think all the ones that Mark listed
Which is
are yes to me, which is Goomba, Koopa Troopa, Shy Guy, Dry Bones.
okay.
Did you say another one that I forgot?
What
What
I
about
don't
Boo?
think so. Boo, maybe. See, I don't know the Dry Bones, and I love Dry Bones, but I don't really know that Dry Bones qualifies as B list necessarily.
Okay.
I don't think he's an easy B.
Sure.
No,
okay,
not an
all right,
easy
all right,
B.
yeah.
I
So
agree
let's
with that.
we've got this sort of like subcategory of easy B enemy bracket, right?
Right.
So Goomba, yes. Koopa Troopa, yes. Shy Guy, yes.
I think so.
And is that like are those the only easy enemy B list?
Chain Chomp, maybe.
I want to say yes to that, but he feels more in line with like a Dry Bones.
Well, I feel like Chain Chomp. What was the genesis of Dry Bones? Is that Super Mario Brothers 3? So
Yeah.
did
Mhm.
Chain Chomp and Dry Bones appear at the
yeah,
same time?
I mean like Chain Chomp,
Hmm.
Dry Bones, and Boo all appear at the same time.
Which makes sense if you look at them, right? Like, that is an ilk.
Yeah.
Because, like, Dry Bones looks like Boo looks like Chain Chomp.
Dry Bones look
Dry
like Boo.
Bones is white and bony or whatever, and Boo is white and ghosty, and then
I mean, the
Chain
two
Chomp
things they
is
have in common is that
round.
they're white.
Well, and they're both like
yeah,
undead
but
characters.
name other Mario characters that are white besides Blooper.
Blooper.
Besides Blooper. I said besides
Besides Blooper.
Blooper.
The one
And-
staring us in the face.
Cappy
Right.
sometimes. What about the Lakitu?
The Lakitu.
I
Mm,
didn't know what his name was until just now.
So
So
he is a classic Mario
No.
character,
I know who he is because
Right.
I've seen him float around on his cloud.
right? And fishing you out. He's like
Yes.
an instrumental part of Mario Kart.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
he
he's
has
he's friendly in Mario Kart in Because isn't Lakitu also the one who throws?
Oh, yeah. If there's ever a dude in a cloud throwing stuff,
It's him.
it's Lakitu.
I just didn't know he had a name.
Yeah, he does. You can also play as him in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Wow.
Yeah.
I only play the one on the Wii.
It's okay. So we're saying he doesn't get obvious enemy B tier.
I would say no,
Okay.
but that may be, again, a personal thing of I didn't know his name until just now.
And I think that is
that
like a
counts.
strike against him.
Mm-hmm.
The Koopa kids,
Yes.
I think, are strong B tier contenders.
I will agree with you. And we've obviously done a very nice job of ranking all of the Koopa kids in the past. That is a list that is still definitive.
That's right.
You can go back and check that list out if you like. Roy's the best, obviously. Jen, what do you think about the Koopa kids?
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right, great.
Let's put him in there.
All right, so our obvious enemy B tier is the Koopa kids, Goomba, Koopa Troopa, and
Trooper.
Trooper, and Shy Guy. Now, is there anyone else that we think should go in there? Are we selling Drybone short?
I don't think so.
Now that we have him categorized with Boo and Chain Chomp, I feel okay about not having him there.
Okay, I think we may have to have a C list and a D list. I think we may have to go into that many different strata here.
Right, because our B list could theoretically be huge, because Birdo,
Oh, I love Birdo.
I love
we're
Birdo
just
too.
mentioning now.
Oh.
Pedia Piranha, Captain Toad,
Captain
Toadette, like Koopa Troopa. Like, I'm not sure why Koopa Troopa makes the cut and like Koopa Paratroopa doesn't
it's a
necessarily.
head on a hat.
Too many syllables.
Yeah, we've got the nice simplicity of the Koopa Troopa. We don't Koopa Paratroopa.
Hammer Bro is one of the original.
Yeah, but
like,
they're
enemy
so weird.
types.
It's weird to me that they're like the same proportions as the Mario Brothers. Like everything else is a little bit smaller.
I also hold a little bit of a grudge because I hate
Fighting
them
Yeah.
in the original Super Mario Brothers. So yeah, maybe I'm just being spiteful and
I feel
making
like
him
we
C
each.
tier
I feel
just
like
for
we
that.
each get those, like at least one character that we just hate to hate him. Like
Yeah,
you can hate Hammer Bro. to
Hammer
hate
Bro
him.
is definitely, I think, mine of the remaining ones.
Yeah.
We're like, between Hammer Bro and Bowser Jr. Like both of those, I want to see them go down.
Right, Mark does not like Bowser Jr. Hates him, some would say.
Bowser Jr. has the same like painted face handkerchief thing going on that Nabbit does.
You're right.
I wonder if Nabbit stole it from Bowser Jr. because he
Whoa.
is a thief.
It's maybe the look. Maybe he stole the look. He didn't steal the actual handkerchief because
Well, doesn't that
the
just make
mouths are different.
doesn't
The
that just
teeth are
make-
different.
Bowser Jr. a trendsetter then?
Oh, that's annoying to me that you would say that.
Right to the A list.
I had a feeling you'd hate it.
Because now, do I have to reconsider my personal biases? No, it's my
absolutely
show.
not.
Never. I'll die first.
Great.
So we're also not considering the blooper, who has been around since the original Super Mario Brothers.
All
But
he
I'm
does is
I'm
shoot
I'm
the
okay with
squid,
that.
shoot the ink.
All he does is shoot the ink.
All he does is shoot
All he
the
does is
ink.
shoot the ink.
Get better skills. It is annoying when he does that.
Let's talk about some toads right now.
Okay.
So we've already put like vanilla toad in the A list.
Yeah.
But we've got two other toads.
Wouldn't it be fun if their little caps were flavored?
And one of them was vanilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
that
that'd
would be
good.
fun.
Cool.
I'd eat them right up.
Thanks for entertaining that.
So what we have left are Toadette and Captain Toad. Now, I loves me the Captain Toad. He loves adventure. He can't jump. His backpack is too heavy. Go ahead, Mark.
Oh wait, is that the canonical reason for why he can't jump?
Yeah.
That is really cute.
Yeah.
It is cute.
Okay, I'm gonna throw something crazy out here.
Yeah.
I think original flavor Toad is fine, is good enough,
Sure.
right? But who do I want to hang out with? I want
wanna
to hang out with Captain
Toad.
Toad.
Yeah.
So
Oh no.
what if like we Prince and the Pauper, this bad boy,
Uh-huh.
and Toad is down to B tier at best, and Captain Toad goes to A tier because Captain Toad is the better Toad.
He is the better Toad. He anchors his own game.
He's a cuter Toad.
He's cuter. Look at him hold that like pickaxe.
If this is a hot or not list, more accessories always.
These are these are great points. I want to do this, but I don't want to set the precedent that we remove one character from the A list to put another character.
It's
on
not
it.
there's not a finite number. Of
No,
slots
and
on
it's
the
not
A-list.
it's not a club. It's not a 1-in, 1-out policy. But
That's
in
right.
this instance, I think we have to, like, we're trading in the better Toad. It's like subbing out a player in a like basketball game.
Sure. Yes. Yes.
You
I
need
will
the
agree.
stronger player
I like
in.
that. I do think that with this change, people who are more casually interested will they would recognize Toad on the street, but if they saw Captain Toad on the street, they would be like, "Why is Toad wearing so many things?"
Yes, and so they would call him Toad,
Yes.
but they would be like, "I like that Toad's new look."
Yes. Yeah.
They'd be like, "I was only sort of into Toad before. Now I'm way into
But they
it."
wouldn't know that he has rank.
They would not.
They
know.
wouldn't know.
No.
But ignorance is not other people's ignorance is not Captain Toad's problem.
No, nor
True.
shall it be ours.
And he'll educate them.
Okay, so I think that makes Toad
Obvious B tier.
Yeah.
It has to be because right, it just seems fair.
Right. Okay. Now we gotta figure out what we're doing here.
Okay.
So I think what we've got to do is we have to imagine a tier below C, right? That we have to have a D
We have to
tier.
have that garbage tier.
Right.
So we need to get rid of some of the garbage.
Right. So maybe we can do that now. Take some characters and just throw them down into the dust heap,
Of history.
Of history. Hammer Brothers, My Life on the D list. And I will start by nominating the Hammer Bro for garbage character.
Yeah, Hammer Bro, garbage character, not cute.
Not, honestly, genuinely way less cute than every other character.
Like even the Koopa Troopas and Koopa Paratroopas
Much
are
cuter.
much cuter.
Because they got cheeks.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
It's the cheeks.
You're right. It is the cheeks.
You put cheeks on a thing, it's automatically cute.
And maybe the Hammer Bro has cheeks. It's just hidden by the helmet.
I don't
But
think
that's
so.
Hammer Bro's problem, not our problem.
No.
Also, I just realized I have a very big problem with Hammer Bros wearing a shell as a helmet. Does that mean that it murdered some other turtle and took his shell and fashioned it into a helmet?
Well, I don't know that it is actually a helmet because when you look close, it looks like it's made out of like croc material. Like it has
okay, sure.
holes on the top, for lack of a better term.
Oh.
Right, like it's a bike helmet. or
Yeah.
something.
Oh. But it is still a helmet.
Look, the point
It's just
is,
not a shell.
Yeah,
this
it's
guy
just
can
not-
go to hell.
That's fair.
He's going in our obvious C list.
No.
D-list,
Much
obvious
worse.
D-list.
Yes.
Garbage list.
Garbage list. Also on the garbage list for me, of
Bowser
course, is
Jr..
Bowser Jr. Only because I still hold a grudge that he superseded the Koopa kids
Mhm.
in Mario lore, and he's not cool like the Koopa kids are cool.
Well, I don't know if you were to. I could tell you about the personality of just about every Koopa kid, and I could not tell you what Bowser Jr.'s deal is. He's a baby, like that's it.
Yeah, he's a baby. Oh, do you know who really is lucky to have not been in consideration?
Who's
'Cause
that?
they might be in like the lowest tier below garbage tier is the baby versions
Of all the
these
characters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's-
there's a reason I didn't pull them
It
up
would have
here.
been too many little foldy things.
It would have been too much to fold.
Yeah.
For
and
no
also,
gain.
They don't have any like distinct personalities or anything like that.
No.
Can
Yeah, go.
can we put Blooper in this garbage list? He just doesn't do anything except for spray the ink. Like, does he have a personality? Am I missing something
No.
here about him?
Very like we were talking about the Hammer Bro being not cute.
Yeah.
Blooper,
The ugliest.
the ugliest.
I'll
He
tell you
doesn't-
one blooper thing that I do like is there is a Mario Kart cart that is a blooper.
Yeah, but that's not him. That's someone making something out of his image.
Yeah,
Right.
a
No,
false
I
idol.
I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah.
But
And the Lord God said, "You shall have no other gods except myself."
to Jen's point, though, throw some cheeks on blooper,
He'd be real. He'd be so cute.
he'd be so much
So
cuter.
cute. Honestly, cheeks is what makes. Look at Monty Mole.
Yeah,
Tell
no,
me
you're right.
it's the cheeks.
No, it totally is. It's the puppy baby thing.
Yeah.
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 Can we also put the Brutals in this category too?
Yeah, I don't even know who they are.
So the Brutals are the evil wedding planners that help Bowser plan his wedding to Peach.
The picture that you have here looks like a weird, like, Coco cosplay. Like if bunnies were in the movie Coco.
Okay, now that is interesting.
Am I, like,
No, you're not wrong.
I'm not wrong.
They are the only characters that I had I could not find just like a
Transparent
clear
background.
image of like just them together. I had to find someone else's like screen grab of a specific point in Odyssey and then put them on this thing. I don't really think anyone responds well to the Brutals,
Yeah, they
right?
don't have like a fan art following, I don't think.
Well, they do, but you don't want to look into it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they do bad things to each other.
Mm.
So they can go in the obvious garbage pile.
Yeah.
Do
Sorry-
we, do
sorry,
we
Brutals.
burn this garbage pile at the
Yes.
Whoa, okay.
end? That seems like it'd be fun.
Is there anything else that we think obviously goes in there? I sort of think Spike goes in there.
He didn't have cheeks either.
His mouth is too big. He goes back to Super Mario Brothers 3 where he's just like spitting up little spiky balls and throwing them at you.
And
You like Spike. You're about to defend Spike.
No, I'm not about to defend Spike, but I do like is he in the boot level in Super Mario Brothers 3?
He might be.
So I like that level. we always called it this. I mean, that's more than I can say for the Hammer Bros. You know,
Right.
we always called that the sleeping bag level because we didn't realize it was a boot. We
Yeah.
just thought they were getting into sleeping bags.
Aw,
And hopping around in them.
Uh-huh.
There's a
That's-
wind-up sleeping bag.
that's real cute.
It's supposed to a wind-up boot.
Yeah. All right. Sure. Sure. It's all crazy. But what? So you're saying Spike
Maybe
doesn't
C
necessarily-
tier. I'm not ready. Like definitely not on the same level as the Brutals or something.
Sure.
I'm not offended by his existence.
All right. So I want to throw up some like kind of characters about which I feel mostly ambivalent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good.
And we can talk about them. So Pom Pom is in here, who is the like female version of Boom Boom, the like mid-level guy who just like spins around, looks like a turtle. But she like throws boomerangs or like little ninja stars. She's a playable character in Super Mario Party, so she is on this list. But I don't really feel anything about.
Yeah, I did not know who she was.
I feel the same thing about King Boo. I sorta like King Boo, but I'm also like, I'd rather have just a vanilla Boo. And then the Koopa Paratrooper are Troopa. Yeah.
You're giving them too much
I'm
status.
giving them- I am. Those are all characters that I don't think I feel anything about really. And also Nabbit. I don't really like Nabbit.
Yeah, I agree with all of those. I'm actually going to put Cappy in this list.
Okay.
I think Cappy is a fun mechanic.
Yeah.
But as a character, I don't care.
Right. I get that. 'Cause what's his deal? He wants to like save his sister, who's also a hat ghost.
Oh,
Can
that's
you bring him to
right.
the
Who's
front? I
a
can't see this guy.
tiara. So right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Is he a ghost wearing a hat or is he a hat?
He's not a ghost.
'Cause
Well,
he-
he's
It
a
looks like he has
spirit.
a ghost butt.
Right.
Right.
He's a spirit who like possesses hats,
'Kay.
basically. And he rides around in Mario's hat for the majority of Super Mario Odyssey and allows you to like control other characters when you throw your hat on them.
Got
But
it.
he's not like a dead hat who has come back.
He's
or-
not the ghost of a hat. That is
and
correct.
He's also not just
Okay.
like a ghost
I
that's inhabiting a hat.
would kind of prefer it if he was a dead hat that had come back.
Like one that like flew off somebody's head at Six Flags or something.
Yeah,
Right.
and then like basically made a internal pact with itself that it had to get vengeance on the person who didn't listen when the intercom said to take all hats and loose articles off before the ride.
Yeah, and that's serious.
Yeah.
Like, you can hold on to those things just fine, but don't leave them on your head.
No, they are not messing around.
Right.
They will fall off.
And
And
if
the
you're-
hat knows that.
The hat knows, and it's like, put me in that little like pouch thing.
Yeah, they give you a place for me. Just put me in that place.
Yeah. Do they have those at Six Flags as well? Like, I know Disney has like the pouches in the ride.
I don't know.
They do in a couple of them, but they also have a place where you just like can put your bags,
Right.
and you could put a hat in there. It'd be fine.
I always get a little bit nervous about like leaving things in those.
Oh, sure, because
Like
somebody
off
could
of-
just grab it.
Right. And no
And
one would stop anyone from doing
Six
it.
Flags would be the place.
Oh yeah. If someone's gonna steal something from you at an amusement park, it's gonna
It's
happen
Six
at a Six
Flags.
Flags.
Absolutely.
100%. Okay.
so Cappy.
So Cappy, not the ghost of a hat.
Dang it.
Uh,
If he was a ghost of a hat, I would argue for him not to go in the garbage.
How do you think a hat dies? Do you think it's like it gets lost and somebody like since we're on a Coco theme, like somebody like forgets about it,
Do you
and
think
that's
some-
when the hat
Sure, the
passes
hat
on?
no longer appears on the ofrenda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what hats do you put on your ofrenda? I think is a great question.
Oh, sure.
Ooh. I've been rocking this strong current hat for a long time. It's still holding on. I bought it in Hawaii right before I moved away.
Wow.
Yeah. That hat
Anyway.
would go on my ofrenda.
Anyways.
I'm trying to answer the question, how does a
Yeah.
hat die?
I mean, I think we solved it.
Yeah, all right, good.
Yeah.
So Cappy will go in our
Garbage pile.
No, see, I think we're
No.
not saying garbage.
Is
Ma-
this D-list?
I feel like this is D-list because they're not C-listers. He hasn't been around long enough to be a C-lister.
Yeah, I feel like
Sure.
we've got some more obvious C-listers in this group that we have left.
Okay, so now
So we're
I just want the record to show we have an A list, which is basically just like our total top
The
tier.
Pantheon
The Pantheon.
plus Captain
Plus
Toad.
Plus
Captain
Captain
Toad.
Toad. Because we like him.
Yeah.
The B tier.
Not just because we like him, because we like him more
That's right.
than we like Toad.
That's right.
Because he's just got a lot going on.
The B tier, the C tier, the D tier, and the garbage pile.
Yes.
Okay. All
that
right.
we're going to burn later.
Great. And we can assume even that characters on the D list we can like as much as we like Kathy Griffin. What is her name?
Kathy
Griffith.
Sure.
What?
I think it's the Kathy
Griffith?
Griffith.
I think that's
Kathy
right.
Griffin? Damn it. Dang it.
Kathy Griffin.
Wait. Regis and Kathy Lee Gifford. Totally different thing. Actually, okay, now that we've had time to think about it, I do agree with putting Spike into our garbage list.
Tell me why.
No cheeks.
No cheeks, so that's like Patrick said, too big of a mouth.
Well, his mouth is huge. And not
It's most of his body.
it's most of his body, but it's not even in like a comedic way.
No.
Right,
It's
and
like he got stung by a bee kind of way.
So, even if you weren't going to do
Griffin, by the way.
Okay.
even if you weren't going to do cheeks, because I respect that not every Mario character needs to have huge cheeks, he could be much more roly-poly. Like, he could be Monty Mole
Yeah.
style big,
be
and
cute.
that would improve him. Also, just like, they have him holding this big bar of spikes, and that's not how I think of him. He's just all over the place.
How do you think of him?
Like in Mario
in
3,
your
like
memories.
spitting up the one like burr
Right.
and then throwing it
Throwing
at
it
you.
And
yeah.
then before you have a chance to even react to that first one, he's spitting up a second one.
Ugh. To that guy.
Okay, fine.
Cool.
The garbage heap we have established, and they're gone. So now we have. I think we can add more to the B list if we need to / want to. And then there is the C. There are the C and D lists that we can address. And so Cappy right now, he's not gone in the garbage pile, right?
He's a
D-list, I
he's a
think.
D list.
He's
Is that
a
what we're saying?
D-lister.
I think so.
I think that's what I forgot what we
I
said
think that's
3
what
minutes ago.
that's what you said.
I
think
remember you
that's what we're
saying
doing.
he's not been around long enough to be on the C list.
Yeah, okay, that sounds like me.
Thank you.
I'm going to put Nabbit with Cappy on the D list
And
For similar reasons.
for similar reasons.
probably Pom Pom too.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
put Pom Pom down there. I know that there's like some. Let's put King Boo down there as
King
well.
Boo, yeah.
I feel like Pom Pom kind of just looks like someone said, we need to make a character for girls.
Yeah.
I mean, they absolutely said we need to make a girl Boom Boom.
Yeah. and girl
Mm.
Boom Boom equal Pom Pom.
I kind of hate
It's just
it.
caveman math.
It's just caveman math. Koopa Paratroopa can go down there. If for no other reason, then I won't be tricked into another trap where I say Paratrooper.
This is D list.
Yeah, we're in the
Yeah.
D list.
Okay,
Right now.
I think Lakitu.
Whoa, D list?
What Lakitu has no personality. Are you a villain? Are you a like good guy?
How did you get on my cloud?
I I like to assume that they are like born and knowing who their cloud mate is going to be.
Oh.
And
Oh,
that-
so when
Oh,
you
I like
knock them
that.
out of it, you're like
Yeah.
severing that connection.
Yes, that connection that they've had since the day they were born. They are
Okay.
paired up with a cloud.
This is a cute backstory.
Here's the
This
thing.
makes me like him more.
Here's why I do like Lakitu. He is a sportsman. He likes to get into the thick of things. He's never seen not wearing a pair of goggles so he can zip around the sky without, damaging his eyesight.
He's cute.
He's at
And his cloud is cute.
He's cute and his cloud is cute. He's at every Mario Kart race, first counting it down and then getting people back on the track because he just wants people to keep racing.
Are you saying he's put in the hours to earn a higher spot?
I would say he has put in the hours. And he's the only person documenting what's going on in Super Mario 64. He's carrying that camera on a fishing line. I think we got to at least put him on the C list.
It is really cool that I'd never noticed before that Lakitu in his Lakitu's 3D model, the cloud's smile is like just a layer of clouds. It's very thoughtfully drawn.
It is very
what I'm
thoughtfully
saying.
drawn, yes. Very thoughtfully rendered.
I like how this sort of turned to him being a whatever character to like an impassioned argument.
Defense of
yeah.
Lakitu.
I might even
Which
push-
like honestly convinced me. It
Do
was
we
very
know what his
convincing.
legs look like?
Does he
No.
have legs? If you have a cloud, why do you need legs?
This is a great
You
point.
don't always have a cloud. We knock him out of it all the
Oh.
time.
Right, but then he's done.
Is his cloud like his wheelchair?
Oh.
This may be the only disabled Mario character.
Wow.
I may even revise up from C. He might be a B-list character.
Like a strong B-list character?
You've given him such a good defense that I'm like, yeah, I'm on board with that.
And look, man, I'm not making anything up. It's all canon Mario stuff, except for the being assigned a cloud at birth. But
well,
I
and the
choose to
fact
believe
that he is maybe disabled.
Right, that is
That is also not canon.
that's head canon.
Sure.
It counts. What do you say, Mark?
Okay.
Okay, what?
Also, his listeners, I have drawn the Lakitu close to my face and am examining it very closely.
Studying
And
it,
there's a
someone said.
lot of loving detail put into this design. Like, his turtle shell is like a turtleneck.
Yeah.
Again, because he is an adventurer.
And a nerd.
And a little bit of a nerd, yes. If there were ever one of these characters who would be an archaeologist, and I'm sure there's been
It
a
would be
Toad
Captain Toad.
archaeologist. Yes.
He's literally got a
But if ever there
pickaxe.
were a second,
If ever there were a bad guy version
If
of
ever he needed a sidekick.
it. That's right. Someone who could archaeologize the sky.
Whoa.
It would be the Lakitu.
okay. So again, the one thing I will say
He can
against
be low B list.
No. The thing.
Are
Okay.
we tearing the tears now?
we may. But the thing I'll say, like against Lakitu, is pick a side.
Oh.
Right? You're either a good guy or you're a bad guy, and
Life isn't lived in
Lakitu.
a binary, Mark. Not everyone is all good or all bad.
And in that way, he is also like the Steve Jobs of the Mario universe.
You're putting
Solid
him in
B
the C
tier.
list.
Oh,
right
am
now.
I?
Yeah.
No,
No,
Oh no,
the
that
Koopa
is B.
Kids
I'm
are
sorry.
B
There were
tier.
too many Koopas for me to.
Yeah, it's tough.
All right, Lakitu.
There's Koopa representation in every tier.
Is that true?
Lakitu, we
No,
talked.
probably
No, not in
No.
not in the A tier. Well, no, Bowser.
The King Koopa.
Oh right. Duh.
Um,
So
all right.
Lakitu, we talked up from D list to
Mhm.
B list. That's a
B-list.
pretty strong showing from Lakitu.
Okay, so who goes in this like solid C?
Dry
Birdo.
Bones.
Birdo.
Birdo, Dry Bones. I like Birdo a lot.
Like Birdo could almost go in B for me.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
I'm leaning
Let's
B
talk.
more
Let's start
for
this
Birdo.
conversation.
Talk Birdo.
B for Birdo.
God, I love Birdo.
I love Birdo too. She's fabulous,
Yeah.
of course. Her bow is enormous.
Her mouth is fun.
What is she? She's
No
some
one
kind of
knows.
dinosaur bird.
She could be related to Yoshi, right?
Uh,
Doesn't she look like she could be related to Yoshi?
I mean,
They are
she's-
both like dinosaur-esque.
yeah, and they are frequently partnered together when they need to like pair up Mario characters, like for doubles tennis or whatever.
But they have like similar body shapes and similar spikes on their back and similar head shapes, except for her weird nose.
Right. There's also the
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Birdo looks a little bit like if Yoshi's nose has been punched in a cartoon, so it is now concave
Yeah.
instead of convex.
Yeah.
There's also the like sort of history of Birdo in that like she's the closest thing that there is to there being like a queer character in the Mario
Yeah.
universe. And part of that is just like from some sort of like weird Japanese translation where they were originally saying that Birdo was a male character who likes to pretend she's a woman, which, okay, Japanese people, get over your baggage. Birdo is a lady. But that's something that I personally carry forward forever. And I'm just like, yep, Birdo is like the only queer character in the Mario universe.
Well, the only characters
Other than Luigi,
that
of course.
yeah, exactly. Luigi. And like the Toads, we've learned, of course, that the
Yes.
Toads don't have a gender.
Toads have no gender. So all the performance of gender is their
It's
choice.
entirely chosen.
Yeah.
Which
is
I think is awesome.
I think it's awesome too.
That is a lot of pink, though, Toadette.
She knows what
She's
she wants.
expressing herself.
Yeah.
Um,
So where do we put Birdo then? Do we say B?
It sounds like we all want her in B.
I think so.
All right, Birdo's going in the B
Oh,
list.
I like how the B list is growing.
I like that too.
It's a strong B list.
Mhm.
Dry Bones. Sorry, you're basic. You're in C tier.
I'm good with that.
C tier. I think. So
What?
I do really like Toadette.
Uh-huh.
She's in a lot of things.
She is in a lot of things. She's super cute. Again, she's choosing to perform that gender
I
like-
when they have none.
I do like that her pigtails also have polka dots on them.
That they end in little mushrooms.
Yeah.
So I hate to keep doing this because he's a solid guy. But do we like Toadette more than we like Toad?
No,
Oh.
I don't think I do.
I
I
kind of think I
do.
do.
Okay, because here's the thing. If we're talking about putting her on the B list,
Uh-huh.
We can't bump Toad past the B list.
I think we can.
I don't think we can.
I'll tell you. So my argument is
the
that.
B list is getting huge, by the
Well,
way.
yeah, but again, it's not a one in, one out policy.
I know.
The reason we're doing this is because Toad, a foundational character for sure, but
Yeah.
has been improved upon
Yes.
in ways that other A-list characters have not. Like Mario, OG Mario, is
As good as it gets.
the perfect, this is what perfection looks like.
Right.
Yoshi, you're not going to get any better than this.
No.
Peak performance.
Right.
Toad, regular old Toad, like
Regular old Toad.
improvements have been made.
He's a clean slate,
Mm-hmm.
and we have seen that slate molded into something. So that's how slate works. Molded into something finer than the raw materials.
Yes. So that is why I think Toadette takes the place of Toad on the B list.
You're gonna bump Toad to the C list.
We're gonna bump this Toad to the C list.
But look at his vest. That's my only argument.
That Aladdin wannabe.
All right. Toadette is on the B list. Toad is now firmly anchoring the C list.
For sure. He's like, my niece does.
You don't like your niece?
No. No. Listen.
She's on his C
The-
list.
She's on the C list
My niece
of the
does.
family.
My niece does ballet, right?
Uh-huh.
And they assign parts for the Nutcracker by height.
That's
And
rude.
she's like a little bit shorter than some other people her age. And so she's playing a ginger again this year with some younger kids. But she is head ginger for sure. Toad is head C list
Yes.
for sure. Because he's been around.
Mhm.
He knows the ropes. He knows where everybody's supposed to stand.
He's just
He's
gotten,
the stage mom of the C list.
He's just gotten bypassed by his peers.
Yeah, well, his peers revealed themselves to be superior toads to Toad.
I think you guys have a particular bias for toads that have headlamps.
Well, yes, I mean this is something.
Oh yeah.
We did choose a picture of Toadette that has the headlamp,
Uh-huh.
where she is like Captain Toad's
Yeah.
friend.
You guys
or-
just really like Captain Toad so much.
Captain Toad is great.
Well, and need I remind you, go back 15 minutes and somebody said that accessories, the more the better.
Yeah, who said that, Jen?
It was me. It was me. I guess I have to concede on that note.
And you're telling me that her little like handkerchief bandana is not as good as Toad's dumb
I like
vest?
Aladdin. Aladdin's a good movie, guys.
Well, look, we're
it's
not
cheap
putting
Halloween
Aladdin-
costume Aladdin. It's
We're
not
not
even.
putting Aladdin on the C list, okay?
No, honestly, I've just always personally had a thing against pigtails, so it's like a I hate a pigtail.
Let's talk the rest of the C list here.
Monty
because
Mole,
Monty Mole on the C list.
please.
I think that is right.
Yeah, he's making it on like cuteness and personality alone.
Yeah.
Or not even personality, just cuteness.
Just
Because
cuteness.
it doesn't really have a lot of personality.
Well,
Also
when he
very
bounces
recent.
around, is that personality or cuteness?
It's a little bit of both. It's one by way of the other.
Yeah.
I think Monty Mole has made, in my heart, a strong showing just in Super Mario Party.
He's so cute.
He is easily the cutest character in Super Mario Party
Yeah.
when you're playing.
Mhm.
He's just so happy to be there.
And it's like in Super Mario Party, what's the point in having a not cute character,
Great
right?
point. Great point.
Like it's not like they have special skills.
No, they're all
They're
I mean, they have
all the
different
same.
dice.
Yeah, whatever. Cuteness outweighs dice skills.
Okay, great. So Monty Mole and Toad are sort of our anchors for the C list.
Mm-hmm.
Rosalina.
Mark.
Oh, right. Yes. I'm sorry. As the arbiter, I've determined
The Arbiter.
in this binding arbitration, I've determined that Rosalina is a strong C-list character.
Yes.
Okay, so far all we have really assigned to the C list are strong C list characters.
There's no reason
Which
to be
I think-
ashamed.
I think means that we're just embarrassed of how big the B list has gotten.
The B list is huge.
It's very big.
It's like 100 characters.
Well,
at this point.
the D list is also very large.
The D list is?
Yeah, is that what I'm holding
That's
right
what,
here?
yeah, that's what you have.
Yeah,
Koopa,
we're-
Paratroopa,
This is the
King Boo. Like, there's
Here,
quite a
do
few
Do a
characters.
thickness comparison of these. Oh no,
How many inches thick would you say these are?
I don't know how to actually do that.
Yeah,
All right,
we're-
great, good.
We're failing at this.
Good,
Great.
good
I,
work.
I think D
Even
might be
better
bigger.
radio.
Yeah.
You think D is bigger than C or the B?
Potentially.
I think B's biggest.
I think you're right.
So I think.
Thank you.
So wait a minute. We do have a D list.
Yeah, it's right here.
Okay, great.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So we basically have to decide whether who we have left here stays on the C list,
We
which
put
is
Dry Bones.
Dry,
on the C.
Dry Bones is
Yeah.
firmly on the
Mhm.
C list.
I think Waluigi's probably C too.
Yeah, I think. That's
Yeah.
right.
And Boo and Chain Chomp. Am I just doing the rest of these?
Well, I mean, it sounds like you're trying. But let's talk about, because I think Waluigi and Dry Bones are yes and yes for C list.
Mhm.
I don't think we need to really
Justify
expound on
them.
that, right?
Yeah.
Because who cares about Waluigi? Come on.
No.
I almost
Sorry,
dropped
Boo
the boot.
almost fell off the table.
Right. Okay.
And he can't float on paper.
That's right. He can only float when he's a ghost.
Yeah.
And not like the ghost of paper.
Whoa, how does paper die?
I don't.
I think probably the same way. You just
Hat
like
does.
you forget
At
about
Six
it.
Flags?
At Six Flags.
It flies off your head. It's Six Flags.
Chain
Um,
Chomp, Boo, Petey Piranha, and Pauline.
So if Pauline had not shown up in so memorably in Super Mario Odyssey,
Yeah.
I would put her in D tier.
I mean, we might even have to consider her not a Mario character and more of a Donkey Kong character.
She looks I'm not familiar with Pauline really at all, but she looks like a mixture of Miss Scarlet from Clue meets
Carmen
Carmen
Sandiego.
Meets
Exactly.
Jessica Rabbit. Like they're all kind of.
Yeah, I
they're
can
all
see the
kinda
It's
tied
like an
together.
amalgam.
Yes.
Yeah. She's like
Um,
every like sexy woman in red that's ever existed.
Which maybe not a strike against her.
Lady in red.
I mean, maybe she shouldn't even be on this list.
I'd be okay with that.
So are we saying because she belongs more in the Diddy Kong, Donkey Kong?
Right. So she's, I guess, only has 2 canonical game appearances, right? Is the original Donkey Kong, where she's the woman that Mario is trying to save. and in Super Mario Odyssey, where she is the mayor of New Donk City.
Is she
Those are big
It-
roles.
I mean, that's yes.
is she not like a support trophy or something in Ultimate in Smash Brothers? Like, does
I
she
mean,
show up in
probably.
the
She may
Odyssey
also
stage, the New Donk City stage?
Yeah,
Does she show up there?
yeah. I
maybe?
mean, she's there like with the band singing.
I don't know why I'm trying to like
Jump Up
justify keeping Pauline in. I think it is because Jump Up Superstar, that celebration moment in Super Mario Odyssey, had such a strong impression on me.
Here's the thing: Donkey Kong is such a big part of that too.
That's a good point. So yeah, let's throw her out.
All right, so
Bye.
Pauline is no longer part of this list. She'll
Not
be
even
relegated.
in the garbage pile.
Nope, not
in the actual garbage
sub
pile.
garbage.
Maybe when she's like playable in Mario Kart, we'll have to reconsider.
She needs
But I
to
guess
grow
Donkey
a
Kong is as
little.
well. Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
It's not that she's bad, it's just that she's not ready quite.
Yeah. She just needs a growth experience.
Right, and if we were to try to rank her, it would do a disservice to her.
Yeah.
Apply next year. Chain Chomp, Boo, Petey Piranha.
I didn't know that Petey Piranha had a name, and he's so cute.
So Petey Piranha is a specific piranha plant.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And sometimes he's enormous,
Okay.
and sometimes he's not. And he's
Okay.
always got these weird little like polka dot speedos. that
Yeah, I
he's
was
wearing.
thinking of him as like as a baby.
Oh,
I
I
don't-
thought he
I
was
don't
like
know if
at
that's
the
true.
beach.
But that very well could be, because I think of like the flower as like,
a bonnet.
a bonnet. Like and
Oh.
he's like waddly.
You know, I will say in his defense that he makes the really, really, really big lips look so much cuter than what's his face, Spike.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. And he's also just on account of the fact that he is a plant with a giant mouth. I see a little bit of Audrey 2 in there, and I
Mhm.
loves me some Little Shop of
Mhm.
Horrors. I would say we should put him on the C list.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he gets there on looks alone.
Looks alone, Petey Piranha's going on the C list.
So Chain Chomp, I really like the fact that Chain Chomp can be a boy or a girl.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about this.
I just like when Chain Chomp wears a bow. I think it's cute.
It's
I also
so
like when Chain
cute.
Chomp wears a bow.
Yeah.
That's
Now,
all there is. to it.
He's like the most gender fluid character.
No,
I
I
mean,
mean,
we're
I think
talking specifically about the Chain Chomp that wears a bow in Link's Awakening.
Do you think it's always the same chain chomp that wears a bow, or do you think that the chain chomp can decide whether to put on a bow whatever any day that it wants to?
Is gender elective for Chain Chomp?
Sure, yeah. Like, does he have bow days and non-bow days?
Right. Non-bow days.
a point against Chain Chomp is get some orthodontics, bro.
Oh yeah, those,
Like you could
those teeth are a problem.
Chain Chomp could eat a corn on the cob through a picket fence. You know what
But
I'm
those
saying?
are his money makers, you know?
That's true. Without
That's
the
how
teeth,
he
what is he?
without the teeth, he's just a chain.
I mean, I will be
There's no
honest.
chomp.
I'm a little bit weirded out by the concept of the Chain Chomp because there's just like this chain.
Do you think it's like a metaphor?
I just am
no,
not
I
sure.
don't.
No.
I don't think it's a metaphor.
Great.
I don't.
Is the chain part of the Chain Chomp's body?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I always think that the Chain Chomp has been
Tethered.
captured, like
Oh.
tethered.
So he could just be a chomp?
I think so.
But we've never known a free chomp.
Have we not?
That's sad.
I mean, I guess we have seen Chain Chomps that like bounce around on their own, like when they are freed of like whatever they're tied to, but like that chain still exists.
I also don't care for this like particular render
Mm.
where it's like really beaten up.
That's a particular criticism at you, Patrick.
It's almost
Wow.
No. I'm saying,
Wow.
and actually maybe
Feeling
the,
attacked here.
maybe this swings it to the sympathy vote. It's
Mm.
almost like a Chain Chomp is like a dog who's been trained to fight.
Oh.
This is
Right?
true.
He's like
Yes.
chained. You can see it's a little beat up. It's like really aggressive at
And he'd be
anything that comes
sweet.
by. We know they can be sweet
Right.
because we've seen Chain Chomps that are pets that
Right.
are sweet pets. It's an owner problem,
Right.
So
not
it is a metaphor.
it is. Oh wow, we've
It just what we
hoisted
were,
on my own
yeah.
petard.
So the metaphor is that it's actually like a Rottweiler or a pit.
Yeah.
or
yeah.
something.
It's a dog that's been stigmatized.
That's right.
Which
oh my gosh,
you know the way to my heart.
B tier.
Oh no! Oh
Chain
no!
Chomp
Yep.
is
I'm in.
ascending
Yep.
to B tier
B-tier.
heaven.
Yep.
Metaphors
This
play
is B.
really well with us.
Oh no.
We also just really like dogs.
And B
That's-
tier.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, we love putting things in the B tier.
Things we don't love, boo, don't really care about, feel indifferent, whatever.
Do
I
you-
like his tongue.
do you-
I think the 3D render of Boo, and this is not an attack on Patrick, it's an attack on Nintendo. I think the 2D sprite is much cuter.
Yeah,
Here's
that's
more
true.
fun. I feel like it weirdly has more personality.
Yeah, I think you're right. The thing that I do love about Abu is that
Abu the monkey from
No,
Aladdin.
no, we are not. We're not ranking.
Don't make me
Aladdin.
rank
I'm gonna
Toad
move
lower.
Toad back up again.
No.
Does Toad belong in the garbage pile?
No,
Boo.
gone too far.
When you look at him,
Hmm.
is so shy. He blushes
That is, it is
Covers his
cute when he
face.
blushes.
and stops moving.
He's cuter when he's happy. And this picture, he's not happy.
Here's Mark. Can you dig the King Boo out of our D pile over there? He's in the D pile and not the
Mhm.
garbage
I
pile,
think
right?
You're right.
Are we comparing?
They look the same, but one wears a crown.
Yeah, they are weirdly similar. And I guess
Mhm.
like, what can you really do to make
Needed
one
more
Boo
accessories.
different from another one?
King Boo is also larger, right?
Yeah.
Significantly larger.
And has a shorter tongue.
Hmm.
I think.
Or at least in proportion to
Proportionally,
his
yeah.
body.
Yeah, proportionally.
Dare we put them in the same ranking, or is the Boo just like a bottom of the C tier?
I feel like here's the thing.
Tell me the thing.
We had the whole conversation about accessories. And in this situation,
Oh, you're saying
we
we
have-
got this all wrong.
we have a King Boo with a
Mm.
crown, and we have a Boo without a crown. So if Captain Toad is better because he has all of his accessories,
Wow. Okay.
so
then that makes King and Toadette as well.
Mm-hmm.
Then that means that King Boo is better than regular Boo because he has a glamorous accessory.
here is where I will actually disagree with that. This is the exception to the rule. Is that King, in my mind, King Boo is not accessorizing. He's a monarch, right? If he was like, what's the Archie character that we're
Jughead?
Jughead?
If he was like Jughead and he was like, no, this is just my aesthetic. Like if it was regular Boo wearing a crown, agreed.
But it
Down with the monarchy though.
Well, okay, but we've also put an obvious princess in the A tier,
yeah.
right?
And
But
one
she's
in the
beautiful.
in
She's
the
not
B
hideous
tier.
like
That's
this.
a great point. Guys, we got to figure out what to do with these boos, king or otherwise.
These boo boos.
What are these boos?
I
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking bring back the guillotine. King Boo remains in D tier. And if we want to put Boo down there as well, I'm fine with that. I'm really indifferent to Boo.
To a straight up boo. Jen,
Mhm.
what are you thinking? Down to D tier?
I'm
or
fine with Boo in D tier.
All right,
He doesn't add much.
boo in D tier, which means our C tier ends up being, I think, the thinnest of them all. With Toad, Rosalina, Monty Mole, Dry Bones, Waluigi, and Petey Piranha.
I feel like the C tier specifically is like all the ones that we love, but we like have realized that the B tier is too many. Not all the ones we love, but like several ones we love
Mm-hmm.
that we couldn't let fall all the way to D. And then some that we were more indifferent about. Like it just
Yeah, it really is kind of like the safety net.
yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, if this were a list that I was making by myself, and maybe I will later, who knows?
You are gonna have
Yeah,
this in
you
your
have
house,
all the tools.
except for
That's-
the
I
ones
know.
that we're gonna burn.
Oh.
I'm not letting that go.
Rosalina, I would bring up to a higher tier, but the Galaxy games are super important to me. I love Super Mario 3D World, so for me, Rosalina is very important. Also, she's the hottest of all of them.
She's a precious moments Elsa.
So, one thing I will say in Rosalina's favor, even though I am the arbiter and I've already made my decision,
The Arbiter.
is that her story in the first Galaxy game
Mm-hmm.
is also one of the best examples of storytelling in a Mario game, period.
Mm-hmm.
And her story is like very affecting.
Yeah. But I will agree, she has it. Look, again, apply again in another year. We'll see where you are. Add to that reel. Okay, good. I think we agree on this. So this is our C tier. Let's recap everything.
Okay.
So let's start at the bottom with
The garbage tier?
Okay, so first the DQs. Pauline, Donkey Kong, and Diddy Kong have been disqualified.
No contest.
Garbage tier. These are characters that we don't want to see again. We don't want to talk about again.
Yep.
Don't bring them up. You can email us Nintendo Cartridge Society
At gmail.com
and try to get them argued back on here. But it won't work. Spike,
Yeah, whatever.
the Brutals,
See you in hell.
the Blooper.
You threw 2 with that one.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Well, Hammer Bro
Mm-hmm.
and Bowser.
We knew it was in there.
Junior. Yep. Okay. So those are characters that we all resolve to hate.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Great. So those are our garbage pile.
We have
now,
cast them out.
now to the D tier,
Okay.
the bottom of acceptable.
Boo. Cappy. King Boo.
A lot of ghost characters here.
Yeah.
Koopa Paratroopa.
Thank you for saying that.
Pom Pom.
Mm-hmm.
Nabbit.
Yeah, I think that's solid. There's a lot of indifference there, I think.
Yeah.
Jen, you've got the C list
I've
in
got
your
the
hand.
C list. We've got Waluigi, Petey Piranha. These are hard to take apart. Rosalina. I'm taking that as a personal success because Mark voted in my favor. Dry Bones. Toad, which I still disagree with. Monty Mole. And that's our C list.
Mark, you got the B list over there.
Uh-huh.
Get ready for the diatribe.
Yeah.
Chain Chomp.
Because he's a dog.
Yeah.
Birdo. Toadette. Lockatoo. This is like our Toys R Us catalog tier where there's a little something for
What
everybody.
Oh, okay. I get it.
Koopa Troopa. Oh, sorry, the Koopa Kids. Wario. Shy Guy. Koopa Troopa. Goomba. And Princess Daisy. So this is the cool tier.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's like the alternative tier. It's like these are the kids that are gonna go to the parking lot at lunch and like smoke pot and listen to the Rolling Stones.
Yeah,
and,
because
like,
they don't have like all the pressures of the A-list. Like they get to be cool without having to project a certain image.
They get to express
Right.
themselves and
Mhm.
like maybe they'll go to art school, but also they could become bankers. Like whatever.
Like,
The
who
future's
knows?
open to that.
Yeah. Endless
you
potential.
You can't label them. There are no expectations that will stick to them.
Yep.
Look, they all mean something and they all need something, and they're like out in this world. The A-list, which are just characters that are so self-assured and we know exactly who they are and what they
Mhm.
are, and they're iconic, but maybe they're not,
They're a little boring.
they're a little bit boring, but they are iconic and they're perfect the way they are. Is Yoshi,
Yeah.
Captain Toad.
Oh, heck yeah.
Heck yeah. Love it. I think we probably ranked him too high, but I'm not going to change it. Bowser, who is also heck yeah. Luigi, Princess Peach, and of course, Mario.
I think this is a solid list.
I think we did
I
good.
think we did it.
Everyone made a few concessions.
Except for me, I think I got
Yeah,
everything I wanted. So it's the perfect list.
Let's take Bowser Jr. and put him up in the B list.
Perfect. Great.
Jen, thank you so much for helping us with this.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Is there anything that you would like to plug?
Yeah, actually, if you watched SNL this past week, or I guess I don't know when this is airing,
It'll
but,
be this Thursday.
if you watched SNL this past week, you saw a sketch about Weezer,
Yeah.
which if you want to know my opinions on the sketch about Weezer and Patrick's, actually, you can listen to our podcast. My name is Weezer.
Wait, if you want to know our opinions on the sketch, we haven't recorded any kind of episode
No,
about the
but
sketch.
if you listen to our back catalog, you will know how we feel about the sketch because all of our opinions on all of the things Weezer are cataloged and on the public record.
That's right. I did tons and tons of hours of us talking about Weezer.
So you're going to have to really dig through it to get specific answers, but it's worth it.
Yeah, so check out My Name is Weezer. You can find it wherever you find podcasts. It is also on the Campfire Network, which we are on. Jen, thanks again for helping us do this.
You're welcome.
That's how those characters shake out. That's where they go. If you have any thoughts about where those characters should go differently than what we just said, or if maybe you think we left someone out,
Yeah, or maybe we were too harsh on Spike.
right?
Or maybe like
you didn't enjoy the precipitous decline of Toad's status.
Or do you think Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong should have been included?
And
Penelope.
Pauline. Yeah.
Or Pauline.
Yeah. Look,
Yeah.
We don't know the character's name.
I always call her Penelope.
I think that's fine because Odyssey.
And Penelope.
Yeah. No, I mean Penelope is Odysseus' wife's name in the Odyssey, and it's Super Mario Odyssey.
I
was
see what
giving
you're saying.
you more credit.
I see what you're saying.
Okay,
no, I'm a very smart person.
I know you are.
I'm a
Mark.
very smart person.
I know that you can go toe to toe with me on these. If you enjoyed this episode, please rate, review, subscribe on Apple Podcasts. That helps us out tremendously. If you could share this episode with someone in your life who will get that Odyssey joke on the first shot and not on the second,
Like your English teacher.
share it with your English teacher. She'd appreciate it. Or you can do this on Facebook or Twitter. On Twitter, I am at Patrick_Ellers. Mark is at MKE Mitchell, and the show is at Nincart Society. And the Facebook page is just Nintendo Cartridge Society. Olivia Duncan made our logo. Our theme music is provided by 8-Bit Betty. You can get more of 8-Bit Betty's music by going to 8bitbetty.com or by listening right now. For my co-host, Mark Mitchell, this is Patrick Ellers, pointing out how weird it is that Jen doesn't like pigtails as much as she doesn't. We should have dug into that. Thanks for listening.